Mam Yomba. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Mam Yomba.
A lot of uncles, you know.
Yeah.
Is that your demographics, or it just happened organically?
It kind of just happened organically. So I want chicken tenders and a bit of rice, no chapatis until further notice.
I used to say, yeah, I'm from Albania, and I don't care.
I'm from Albania, baby. I'm from Albania, baby.
Lots of brothers, you know. Hometown, a little Yomba, you know.
From Zanzibar.
Seamos.
Take 2. Yomba. Yeah, we'll do it. You know what? All right, you know what? On 3, everyone says Semam Yomba, yeah?
How do I say it?
Semam Yomba. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Semam Yomba.
Jeez. All right, man. First of all, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa rahmatullahi. Now, you know, before, you know, we always get ahead of ourselves, you know. We always have to give salam first. Welcome, guys, to the second episode of Sema. In the beginning, the first episode, we didn't have a name or a brand, but if you have a look at the screen, it's done there. We're still in the testing. We're still testing it out, you know. We don't know if we're going to keep this one or we're going to change. You know, we have a few alterations. So we'll see how it goes. We'll listen to the public, what they tell us, and we'll know how we move forward. Again, I'm with my Mjomba here. And I got Aki Omar here, Mr. Stay Active. I've got the expiring boxer, the Zanzibari. Do you have a name here? Mtar, do you have a stage name?
No, not yet.
We'll get one.
We're going to make one today.
Yeah. You know, we have the style bender, but you know, you can have something style, something. You move like him, mashallah. So today we're going to talk about Mtar and what he's doing and how, you know, he's like an inspiration at such a young age. We'll talk about Omar and how he got into the fitness industry, how he's changing the obesity levels of Leicestershire. All the uncles are in the paratas and that. He's reforming, you know, the environment. And then Mam Yomba, you know, he'll kick in and ask the intrusive questions, let's say. One thing I want to touch on, this podcast, I always want to have a theme where we talk about back home, which is East Africa, Tanzania, Zanzibar, and our goal is always to have Zanzibaris and a mixture of the diaspora and our community. Omar's not from Zanzibar, but he's been to Zanzibar. Originally, he has African links, but the reason why I say that, bringing Mtar here, he's a young man from Leicester, but his parents are originally from Zanzibar, and he such a young age. How old are you, bro?
17.
17, and he's inspiring me. You know, I don't want to expose my age. Let's say I'm more than twice his age or something like that. And I've been watching him. I first got to know about you from Zayn. Shout out Zayn, yeah, Zayn Lambert. We'll talk more about that. And he came to do the video, you know, the campaign with you and you boxing. And what I wanted to say was that we're seeing now, alhamdulillah, the younger diaspora coming out and branching out. You know, when we were young, we didn't have anyone from Zanzibar on the main stage doing things like boxing, like MMA or sports. When we migrated to Europe, most of us went straight into the workforce and tried our best to just provide for the families back home or the families that we had with us. Mtar, I'm going to give you some time to just talk about yourself and how you started boxing with your brothers and your family. Go ahead, bro.
I'm an amateur boxer, fighting out of 2BX Railway Gym. So I came to start boxing when a kid, like 2 years older than me, he used to egg our house.
Yeah.
So like, my brother would get annoyed because he was younger than him.
Wow.
So I had to go deal with him.
Yeah.
So he started training me. Yeah, that's it, bro.
The guy who's training you, he's not your brother?
He's my brother.
Oh, he's your brother, yeah? Yeah. Because there's videos, and you sent me videos, I put a clip on it, where you're 9 years old and he's giving you the moves, like how to move, how to swing your hand and stuff like that. So how did you actually get into like the gym, you know, like actually going into training and being part of a gym and stuff?
they mainly reached out to me. They saw me through social media. Yeah, I post a lot on social media.
Yeah. So it's more like you're just posting online your moves and fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, what is it that you want to do now? You want to get into like professional boxing, or is it MMA? Because Zayn was telling me more you're like an MMA fighter, no?
I used to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
But I transitioned to boxing because I have better chances over there.
Yeah. Okay. Why is that? You think because of your weight?
Nah, just my striking's better than my ground game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it more of like an easier pathway to get into boxing because of the gym that you're in, or
Yeah,
than
the
MMA?
gym I'm in is really good. Rendell Monroe, former #1 WC.
Yeah.
He's got connections. He could get me into professional matchroom, all that business.
Oh, okay. So that's the vision.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to get ahead of the podcast a little bit. We'll come back to that. I just want to bring in my guy here, Aki Omar, Stay Active, to talk about a little bit what he does and, go ahead, bro.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. It's Aki Omar, personal trainer from Leicester, obviously. I have my own private studio now, alhamdulillah. So the journey's been good. I think Hassan's seen most of my journey. Started good 8 to 10 years ago.
Stay Active right there.
Yeah, now obviously known as Stay Active, but it started about 10 years ago. Been to various gyms, personal trained at various gyms, and developed my own brand after COVID.
Yeah.
So that's what really kicked things off for me, man.
But you started, it was in your garden, innit, first, yeah?
Yeah, so that was prior to COVID, basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
through COVID, that kind of happened because I was like, what should I do with my life? I was literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't keep doing this. And Ramadan came and, bro, I just had a vision and I just put it to life and alhamdulillah, it worked out, man.
Let's take it back. Why fitness, man? Like, let's go back. What made you think, you know what, I want to do something in fitness?
So going back to secondary school, I'd say that's when it really, like, when you're 10 and you're just getting into your 15, 16 years old and you're like, yeah, I want to try get some muscles and look good in a vest or something like that, or in a t-shirt. And it kind of started from then. I'm sure some of you have felt the same way, Mtar, innit? Similar kind of thing. But yeah, getting into the gym from that age and just trying to be consistent. Didn't know what the hell I was doing, to be fair. But just stayed consistent with it. Then went college, and at college I studied sport and did fitness instructing. Enjoyed that a lot. As I finished college at Gateway College, shout out to Gateway because they took me on as a fitness instructor straight away. So they gave me that kind of push into the fitness industry, kind of, because that was the first gym I worked at. Yeah. And I stayed there for a good 5 years as well. And that's what kind of got me into the whole gym scene and fitness instructing / personal training. And, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we'll get into it. Omar, mashallah, he doesn't want to big himself up, but there was a lot of, let's say, I know, because I know you personally, struggles, let's say, getting up to where you are right now. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. Let's go back to Mtar. I know my Mjomba here. Say my Mjomba, he used to do MMA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he used to train.
So I mainly did, I was going to say, firstly, for Omar.
Yeah.
Lockdown did have some benefits in some people, but it looks at it, so that's good. You are in a quite good shape, bro, so definitely gonna come check your studio out at some point.
Yeah, and we'll fit into his gym, because he only takes people who are obese, if you're what's it called, that
there's a certain weight limit.
BMI, if the BMI is, it has to be over 20%, and then you can sign up to his gym. It doesn't take fit
I'm
guys.
sure I qualify, bro. But yeah, as you mentioned, MMA, I mainly did Muay Thai for about almost 4 years. Until I moved to university, I did MMA classes as well, which were mainly grappling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I probably understand I did enjoy striking more, just like you do. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly, how you got into it, into just striking. I mean, MMA is a big industry at the moment. It's full of artists. You got this animals. It's mainly run by Chechenians and Brazilian at the moment. You can agree on that, but it's always good to see someone from our hometown, Little Mjomba,
from Zanzibar.
Seamos.
But,
No, definitely, bro. I haven't, you know, I've seen a few of your videos for your age. I think you're gonna reach far, but hopefully you're gonna remember us when you when you get that belt.
This is why he's here, because I heard the clip from BBC Radio Leicester talking about your potential and stuff like that. You know, this podcast is, as we say, unscripted, unstructured. That's why we're kind of jumping, you know, a bit, and it's kind of sounding incoherent. One thing about my Mjomba here used to tell me when he used to train, I think he was your age, and you said the reason why you didn't continue is because you used to sometimes you used to go in school and you would have like marks on your face from training and sparring and stuff like that. Do you have something similar, like, because you're in college now, or you're still high school? College. Do you think about that, like going to school and you might have like a cut on your face and you know people are messing with you, or what happened to you and stuff like that? Does that ever?
Nah, that don't really bother me.
Nah. Why did it bother you, bro? Talk about it, man. Share.
I think it was mainly my family, bro. You know, they say that I got too much of a pretty face to get punched.
I think it's cool going to school like that, though, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, what happened to your face?"
It gives you character in it, and people don't mess with you. And when you're training at young, the only training I ever did was because we were so naughty and we were part of a gang. They brought in a professional trainer, boxing, so we can like unleash all this energy we had. So if we wanted to fight, you know, in school in East London where I grew up, instead of us fighting on the streets and hurting each other, they would bring us in like where you'd have the assembly hall, not even like on the pitch, like my school. Seeing the school in Midlands, you guys, man, you're like, this is like 5-star hotels here. Our school is messy, concrete, barbed wire, all of this, you know. So this is the only
like
training.
jail, bro.
it was jail. I was speaking to one of my boys. You know, he just got out of prison, and I asked him, "How was it, man?" He goes, "It was just like school. It was alright." Yeah. So back to stay active, Omar.
Yeah.
Your current structure now, from what I see, and I don't think you've explicitly said to me, is that you're training a lot of uncles, you know?
Yeah.
Is that your demographics, or it just happened organically?
It kind of just happened organically. So started with like one older uncle over the age of 50.
He's your first project, yeah?
Yeah. He's been a really good project. And to be fair, I always thought like a year ago, how am I going to train older men? Like, it's not going to be fun because they're not going to be strong. They're not going to be able to push themselves.
Yeah.
They're going to find technique so hard. And how am I going to make them train? You get it? They've not got their young, fresh blood like we do. Or just say like you do.
What, because I'm old, yeah? Okay, all right.
I'm Mtar.
No,
fresh, young
man,
blood.
mashallah.
But trust me, man, these guys, they've got spirit and they've got heart. When it comes to training, they don't back down from it, man. They're on it, and alhamdulillah, they're making some good progress with me as well. So it's really good to see that.
Is it the aunties? Because you know when you deal with uncles, sometimes the aunties get to you. They're like, you know, because when you train, and I am an uncle, but when I'm 50 years old, I think things will get worse. When you train, you kind of tell your wife, like, you know what, nah, I don't want to eat chapati today.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat paratha today. You know, that butter chicken, no, I'm training right now.
Yeah.
And they kind of get, emotional a little bit. Does that happen to them? Like, They
get emotional. They don't like the personal trainer, so
yeah,
they get a lot of stick from the wives, man.
You got any interesting stories like sneaking in chapatis in the gym and that, putting it in the bin, pretending they ate it? Nothing like that.
Man,
no?
that's nothing crazy yet, bro. But they do change their diets quite well. They change it up. They mix it up. They like one of my clients is like, listen, he went home and told his wife, I want chicken tenders and a bit of rice. No chapatis until further notice. He literally said until further notice, and it was mad. It's just like, listen, I'm out of it. I've got results I want to get, and once they start seeing the results, it's mad because they're like, now I can see what I can do with my body. Even at the age of 55, 57, they're still making.
I mean, we got a big example. You know, Dana White. He's about 54 now.
You see that?
And he's got ripped.
Yeah, I just seen that yesterday.
HGH, bro, human growth hormone. Bro. The guy's a billionaire. You know, he can get ripped whenever. He can go buy a new body if he wants. Let's go back on this auntie thing because I think it's like a trivial, funny thing. You know, from people back home, if you tell them I'm on a diet They don't understand.
You're in a
So
mad
I'm
one.
imagine an uncle who's like in his 60s telling his wife who's like similar age, I just want chicken tenders. She's probably on the phone back to India or Pakistan or Africa. Yeah, he's lost his mind. He just want to eat chicken right now. How are we going to survive? All we do is eat chicken. Yeah, you need to go to hospital. It's his personal trainer. It's just Aki Omar guy. I'm telling you, get into it. Yeah. Right, let's go back to Mtar. You had your first amateur fight.
Yeah.
Yeah? Where was it? Here in Leicester?
Nah. I'm not sure where it was.
You were sure it was?
Nah.
Well, did they kidnap you and just take you, go fight right now? Did your
You
brother
went
just
there,
force you? Is it like one of those situations where, without going up in the ends, my little brother, you know, mashallah, shout out to Babu Ali and that, mashallah, he had heart, you know, like, so little kids who used to mess with me or used to give me lip, I'll be like, let me get my little brother on you. And I used to go to my little brother and I'll be like, yo, come beat up this kid for me. And he never used to ask questions. He never used to, why, what happened. He used to literally just get out the house. You know, there's those videos where it's viral, where it's a prank. Oh, come back me up and the kids are ready to fight. It's like a funny thing. That's literally how it was with my little brother. I'll be like, come and fight this kid. He'll just come out, fight, beat him up, and then later they'll become friends. Is that what happened to you? Your brother was like, look, I've been training you since you was 9 years old. The fight is coming. Let's go. Did you take a train? Was it in Leicester or?
Nah, we went by car.
Can't remember London or anything. How do you feel, man? Tell me, how do you feel? Was you nervous?
Nah, surprisingly, I wasn't nervous.
Calm in it because you've been training, yeah?
Yeah.
It looked like an easy fight. I saw the trailer a little bit, like little
Highlights, yeah.
Yeah. Little highlights.
Man, when they're ready to smash, yeah, don't care. I mean, sorry, Mnyamba, what's the plan now, Mukta, then? You know, I mean, you got your first amateur fight. What's next? Obviously, I don't know how exactly things work here. If you go to, you know, Russia or Mexico, these guys got 300, you know, amateur fights before they even jump into pro. But just, you know, conscious, what's your plan? What's your coach telling you at the gym?
Just
What's the next step?
do more fights, get more fights, get the experience up, and eventually turn pro.
That's it.
Yeah.
What does that consist of, turning pro? Do you know, like, is there like a criteria you have to set or something?
Nah. I
Conditions?
think just turn pro whenever you want.
You just sign up or something?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Sounds like I need to be your manager, bro. Okay, get that money, take you the tour in Zanzibar and stuff. One thing I didn't ask you, what your parents, what do they think of what you do? Like, you know, do they know that you be boxing and that?
Yeah, they know.
Or are they gonna find out today that your sister's here? So I'm sure they know. What do they say?
They're supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Nothing to say.
So they're not like, oh, my nango stuck you with me and stuff like that, no?
She was at the beginning, my mum.
Yeah.
Nah, she's calm with it.
I can imagine your mum, jamani mwanangu bado mdogo. Also. But you know, doesn't your brother compete? Does he box?
Oh, he used to.
How does he know like the moves and stuff? Was he trained?
Yeah, he trained at a couple of gyms.
Yeah.
Then came to teach me at home.
What's the age gap between you two?
9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
SubhanAllah. I thought it was like 1 year. You look like almost twins, you know? Or maybe I didn't see him properly.
The younger one?
No, the one, you know, online, on your Instagram, where both of you are training.
That one's 9 years.
That one's 9 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought the age gap was like small. So I'm thinking, because you know the clip that I sent you, it looked like they were the same age. You know, where he's teaching his brother how to slip, how to put his arms out, how to strike. It looked like they're the same age. Oh, okay. How comes he didn't turn pro or go into amateur boxing?
I'm not sure. Work.
Yeah. Going to school and being trained the way you train, you walk around like you're a big man and stuff like that. No one can touch me, bro. Do you have that? No?
Nah.
You can tell how humble our brother is, you know, mashallah. Like, one thing I realized myself from just training, just before I started training, I was a bit of a hothead, you know. I used to say, yeah, I'm from Albania, and I don't care.
I'm from Albania, baby. I'm from Albania, baby.
Lots of brothers, you know. I don't care about anyone, you know. But then as soon as you get into the gym and you train, you start to gain this discipline. And you calm down, you know, when you walk in the streets, you feel like a bit of a different person. And I think that's what's a crucial, you know, like benefit to everyone, you know, like doing something. I mean, this is one question which I will relate now to Aki Omar. unfortunately, lately I've lost my motivation, to go gym. I'm one of those 1st of January and just before summer
You're
type
not
of
the
guys.
only one, bro. Not the only one.
So before, when I was, still in uni, I used to find, the motivation, potentially I had a bit more time. Now, because I'm doing that, 8 to 5, 9 to 5 life, by the time I come back home and eat and everything, it just gives me no more space. Like, what's your advice, to me?
So, like, how many times a week are you planning on going to the gym first?
Well, at least 3.
Bro, he doesn't even want to go gym, bro.
Even if you start off slowly, just find a partner, find someone to go
Find a partner. Like, you're trying to say get married. And you're, or have the intention to get married and then you go to the gym. Motivation.
Bro. Find something that will push you. So a training partner will help. Again, bro, maybe a personal trainer temporarily, not me. But obviously you're not from Leicester anyway. Well, you're Loughborough, right?
Yeah.
So someone temporarily to get you in the gym, but don't make it hard on yourself. So find ways to make it easy by, I don't know what you're thinking, but loads of people think when they go to the gym, first of all, everyone's going to stare at them. No one cares what you're doing. Secondly, do exercises that you enjoy doing, so you don't have to make it feel like it's a chore to you. And thirdly, keep it simple and short. You don't have to do it for an hour, 2 hours. You can go in for 20, 30 minutes and get a good workout, and you just need to know what you're doing. So have a plan before you go in, kind of, and then come out feeling refreshed. But once you do that, once you take the hardest part
It's to start.
is to just take that step in, man.
It's hard,
the hardest
bro.
part is probably the drive from your house to the gym. Once you get through that, the rest of it will be easy, bro.
It's always
you're in
like
the environment. Once you're in an environment, you're all right.
It's always like an external type of motive that puts you in the gym. Like for me, anyways, and most people who are not trained in. Go ahead, bro.
But I'm just thinking, as like for like his physical is huge. Yeah, there's the aspect of feeling physically fit and all of that is great. But more time is mental. It's so much more mental. Like you feel so much more refreshed, less anxious, less stressed out. You feel relaxed. You've taken out aggression. You've taken out all of these things, and that's where the gym comes into it. Do you get it? So for you're an aggressive man. Then go to the gym.
I like to call it, getting rid of my negative energy.
Yeah, negative energy.
Just
that's
kind of.
So as soon as you finish the gym, you feel so much better about yourself. It releases all these endorphins, and that's what you want.
Definitely.
All of that negative energy.
In terms of motivation, it's like for many people, it's like
get your heart broken.
Yeah, if we're honest with ourselves, it's either like for me personally, every time I wanted to get married, and I don't have 20 wives or anything, but every time I wanted to get married, I started training. When I put the intention in me, you know what, I'm getting old, I want to get married, so the first thing is I'll go to the gym. And when some auntie or some potential would come and I'm saying, oh, there's a potential to get married, gym goes away. You know, the crazy thing about gym is, for me, is that halfway, I might train for like 2 weeks. Halfway, I have this realization, what the hell am I doing carrying heavy metal? I must be out of my mind. I'm here carrying heavy metals. A lot of people in Africa, this is manual labor. They'll imagine you get someone from like the village, like some Maasai person, some indigenous person, and then you tell them, you put them inside the gym and goes like, this is what we do to stay fit. They'll think you're crazy. What are you doing? You're carrying things? We do things out of necessity, and that necessity makes them healthy. Now, because we live in a world where most of the survival things have been taken away from us, this is why now we have to actually put ourselves in a survival mode just so we can be healthy. And I think that's the problem that we're dealing with, And just on that, going back to like martial arts training and things, the other aspect is that growing up, like let's say in the ends, or generally people who are hot-headed, or people who get into fights a lot, or bullies, I find like once you're older and you can reflect, you find that most of those people are the most terrified people. They're scared. They have no heart. This is why they're bullies. Once you train, you get the sense of confidence. So you don't have to bully anyone or show off or get angry so easily, because you're not in fear of, let's say, the fellow man. And even better, I always say, if you've never been punched in the face, I always tell Mjomba this, if you've never been punched in the face, you can't be a man. My personal, my personal thought that if you've never in your life, I'm saying not that you should take punches to the face all the time, of course, but in your life, if you've never been punched in the face, like growing up, you're gonna have some difficulty issues you'll have social anxiety. That's why I found, like, you won't be able to speak to people properly. You know, look at Mtar, mashallah, he's a young guy, put him in a podcast, cameras, lights, mashallah, he's calm, you know, because it removes the fear aspect of being punched in the face. Oh, you know how to defend yourself, you know. So a lot of people have these complex, I would say, characters, and I can just sense in my brain, I know it sounds crazy, my brain's like, you've never been punched in the face growing up. Not that you should get punched in the face now, but growing up, like, you never had like fights when you're young and stuff like that. You know, what do you think, Mtar? You think being punched and dodging punching and defending yourself, you think that's put some confidence in you?
Yeah. Before this, before boxing, I wasn't that confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous and shy.
Hmm.
I still am, but like.
You seem relaxed as well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell by the way you are, alhamdulillah, which is good, man. Like, boxing's changed you, innit?
Yeah.
In a good way, obviously. And like we just said a little while ago, like, you're still quite humble as well, mashallah. But not quite, you're humble as well.
Mashallah, mashallah.
It's good to see that, bro.
Yeah. You think do you have boxing classes in your gym?
I don't specialize in boxing, but I'd love to, like, learn from you, bro. Like, get into some class. We should do it, man.
You got a boxing bag, no?
I got boxing. Well, I've got one, but I've not got it up in the gym.
You're gonna make those uncles break their shoulders, bro. Punching the guy's 75 years old. Go do a hook, the shoulders dislocating,
their
bro.
shoulders ain't dislocating, bro. They're dislocating your shoulders.
No, I'm saying the uncles, the new uncles that you signed up. Make him punch, go home on the wheelchair. What happened out here? Aki Omar's making us fight now. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, this is the thing about, like, fitness and training. We have this I would say pandemic of proving your masculinity these days, you know, because the past, and I don't want to shift real quick on this, like, social aspect and stuff, but in the past, let's say 10 years, we've had this this wave of modern feminists, and I don't want to talk about feminists like as a subject, but how the modernization of it, because it started off something of liberation of women and fighting for women's rights in the West and stuff like that. But you see that it's kind of overspilled, and it comes to this LGBTQT and who's a man, who's a woman, and to a certain extent, if you look at the environment, the masculine environment, and they are both just, you know, extremes on all sides, that men are kind of, you know, for lack of a better word, being castrated of being men. You know, we're kind of afraid to show our masculinity. That's why going to the gym and training, you know, people are encouraging now on social media, you know, go to the gym and train, because it's hard for you. Now, you just can't get into a fight on the road anymore. You know, back in the days, I'll say like 5 or 10 years ago, or let's go a bit further, about 15 years ago, 2 people can have quarrels and fight without, you know, using weapons, and they'll be fine, shake hands, and they'll go on their way. Now you can't fight safely anymore unless it's in a controlled environment. If you hurt someone, you get into big trouble, and then you go home, and then you have to deal with all the you know, the madness at home, and you can't probably, for some people, can't raise their voice and stuff like that, and they feel like they're entrapped. That's why MMA, boxing, what you're doing, stay active, is such an outlet. But let's get into your journey, bro. You know, how did it become Stay Active? Because I know it was Aki something.
Omar personal training.
Yeah, it was Aki Omar personal training, and it was you was part of a group. Let's say before that.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah, Zain Fit.
Yeah, Zain Fit.
Shout out to Zain Fit. Those are early days. So what is it that thought, you know what, let me make this gym, let me start the gym and change the focus and stay active and the type of demographics you have now?
So obviously we was a group at the start,
yeah,
you know, Zain Fit, and then we decided to kind of go our own ways. So from there we moved around gyms. I moved around gyms anyway around Leicester, so went to a few local gyms. SNS gym was one of them, Fitness Factory was another gym, and the third gym was Warehouse. Grew quite a bit at all 3 gyms.
There's all the gyms in Leicester.
Yeah, they were quite big gyms.
Area. Yeah.
Well-known gyms around Leicester in the local community. But all gyms brought something different, and all gyms helped me to grow in different ways, taught me different things, helped me grow as a person as well.
Yeah.
But then obviously COVID came, and I was at Warehouse Gym at that time, and then from COVID, like I said before, everything kind of just stopped. So I remember it was Ramadan of 2020, and just like, what should I do after? I need to get back into work. What should I do? What should I do?
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do. But I wanted to train, and I was training just before Ramadan from my garden.
Yeah.
And things were going well. You might have seen it on social media, and that's how it kind of got out there.
Yeah.
But training from my garden, then...
And your garden was fully loaded, bro.
Yeah, no. So at the start, I only had a barbell and some plates.
Bro, I saw you had some tires in there, ropes. I thought you was doing an extension, bro. When I said,
and that's how it was mad, bro. So I just decided to just clear up the whole garden in Ramadan. One of the days I was like, let me just clear it up, because then after Ramadan, I just want to train in the garden, and potentially I had people messaging me for personal training. I was like, if I can get equipment, I had no equipment at this time. I just had a barbell and some plates. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But so I cleared up the whole garden and made space, and had a whole garage cleared out and everything. All done it by myself. Didn't get no one to come and support me with that. I needed it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
well done, bro. Mashallah, man.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
But then from there, went and found loads of equipment, which I got ripped off for, because in peak COVID, people were just extorting people for gym equipment. Yeah. But I just thought, you know what? It's an investment. It's gonna help me get my clients back in and get people into training, get myself into training. So then I did it, alhamdulillah. And then then people just seen that I've created like a little space, got the tires in, got some battle ropes, kept getting new stuff, and it started flooding in. Had a boot camp going on the weekends, and I had like 6 to 8 guys coming through my garden, training with me. Yeah. One-to-one sessions throughout the whole week, Monday to Saturday even, in my garage. And slowly, I was like, what should I do? I feel like it's doing well. Yeah. But I don't really want to go back to the gym environment, because I felt comfortable in this new environment that I'd created, because it's like I've created my own space now. Yeah. I don't have to see other people. I don't have to talk to other people. I can concentrate on my clients here. We don't have any distractions. Because when I was in any of the gyms before, people would come up, oh, assalamu alaikum, bro, you okay? This and that. Yeah. I'm just like, oh man, I'm in a session. Like, it's still business, it's still work. Yeah. So I don't really want to be talking to you, especially when someone's paying me for this hour. I can't just be like, yeah, bro, let me just talk to him for a second. So having that space, I was like, how am I going to go back from this into a gym? And then that unit came up, and I was like, okay, should I take this unit? Should I not? So I held it off for the whole summer. I just carried on training my clients from my garden. And it was going well, because that was probably the best summer we've had for a long time.
And let me just cut you there. Your unit, where's your unit currently for the viewers?
Based on 101 Gwendolyn Road, Leicester, North Evington. Yeah. It's based above a private gym, SNS Fitness gym. It's based right above there. Yeah, and Gaff used to be there as well, didn't it? Shout out to man like Gaff. Shout out to man like Gaff. He was down. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Real quick about Gaff. He's the one that got me on this, not this podcast, but he told me about this podcast. He kept on telling me like, bro, you need to do a podcast. So shout out to my man Gaff. Gaff now, I know he's out there. DBX.
Him in DBX.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go DXB. So that'll be a DXB. Shout out to Gaff. We should do one. The three of us.
That'd be good, man.
The ex Zayn Fit clan and stuff like that. Get Zayn as well. And but yeah. So you held up on the unit a little bit.
Held up on the unit until I was like, I'm sure about it, because obviously I was like, should I invest in this? Should I not? I didn't know. But then at the same time, I was like, this is the only way to grow. So I thought, let me just tick that box and say yes. So I ticked the box. I didn't make the move though. I waited until October 2020. So I waited the whole summer till I was like, I can't do this in the garden anymore, because the weather was changing and it was getting cold and dark and wet. So then I made the move then. I moved my whole garden, all the equipment from my garden into the gym. And then I literally started from there. It got really busy. Within a month, we went back into lockdown.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it was mad. It was 2020 November, and to be fair, at the same time, I met my wife. So,
I was gonna say you got married around that time when you started the gym, innit?
Yeah, so literally in that month of November, I met my wife.
Did that motivate you even more to take the push on to stay active?
different type of workout,
No.
but
I was a bit actually I was stressed out more, man, because I was like,
Yeah.
shit, now I got more kind of had a more responsibility.
Yeah, you have
but
to
at the same
provide
time
and
I had
stuff,
no
yeah.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like shit, because COVID was horrible, bro.
Yeah.
And then so it opened back up in December, if you remember. So
Yeah.
in November there was a month period of everything shut,
Yeah.
lockdown. Then it opened up again in December. So I was trying to get clients back in, but obviously
But
clients
at this
had
point,
just
are you married in December or are you still not married? yet?
still not married until the end of December.
Yeah, yeah. We might
So-
as well just, mashallah, plug your wife's brand as well, innit? Because
Yeah,
now we're talking about
flower
her.
shop.
The flower. What's the name of the flower shop?
Acacia Flower Shop.
Say again.
Acacia Flower Shop.
Acacia. All right. Shout out to Acacia, man.
tree. It's
Yeah.
based on Francis Street.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even know. My wife, I think, told me about it. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go on, bro.
So, sorry.
It was December time.
It was December.
Yeah.
Went back into the gym at that point, but then like people fall off because they're like, oh man, I was just getting back into it. I remember loads of clients got back into it in October. November, everyone fell off because of because of the lockdown, and December getting back clients was hard because no one wanted to train. And then they're like,
Yeah.
but what if we go back into a lockdown, which we did. We ended up going back into a lockdown in January 2021 until April 2021. So that was a 4-month period of no work again. So it was all over the place. I was like, okay, now at that point I'd had my nikah done,
Yeah. Oh, mashallah.
and then I was gonna get married finish like
The walima and stuff and all that,
everything in August 2021. So
Yeah.
in that period, it opened back in May, and May was Ramadan. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh well, I can't really do anything in Ramadan. So I was a bit.
Mashallah, you know, when you
laid
get
back.
married, you get a lot of barakah,
Blessing.
you know. Yeah, like
100%.
even when my father used to say, like, if you want to do anything, get married first.
Yeah.
And famously, I might be wrong on this, but famously, Sir Alex Ferguson, who was the manager of Man United, he used to like players who are married and settled, because that gave him focus.
It's funny
you
you
know?
mentioned him, by the way.
Yeah, is he come to your gym? Yeah.
His wife passed away today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, man. In Allah Rajun. Just passed away. Yeah. So that's the thing about getting married.
Yeah.
You have the barakah that
Kinda
Allah
grounds
brings
you
you.
as well.
Yeah. The blessings grounds you, gives you focus. You have someone to share your stresses with, and you have to provide as well. So you know, it just gives you more of a narrow vision.
so Mukta, you know what to do before you turn pro, yeah?
That's gonna push that pro card or whatever you need.
Find a wife. Your mom will be like, "Badum dogo, badum dogo." As I'm sure you're young right now, but being in college, you do get a lot of attention. Are people aware of like what you do and stuff?
Yeah, some people are. They
Yeah.
see me through social media.
Yeah, yeah. Do you get any sort of like distractions, let's say, like from your training? You know, friends. Let's go do this. Let's go do this today.
No.
What gives you this focus? You think? What do you think your focus is? It because of the support system you have around you?
Yeah, the support system, and I know where I'm headed.
Yeah, you got that narrow vision, mashallah. You know, it's always it's better to to do things early before you have other things around you, other distractions around you, and it's like, you know, when you're a bit naive, you know, you don't overthink. Like I asked you, not in a bad way, but I asked you, was you nervous? When you're young, you know, you don't get nervous in certain things easily, especially when you have this confidence and you're trained and you're ready. You've been training, like, you know, maybe how many years you think you trained until you had your fight the other day?
Boxing or MMA?
Just training in general, let's say.
Like 5.
5 years? When did you, like, this boxing thing, this transition was recent, no?
Yeah.
How you think, only a couple of months, you think?
Yeah, like 8-9 months.
8-9 months, and then they put you in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, they couldn't wait to put you in the ring, bro. I heard the BBC Leicester, the guy there, I forgot his name now, saying how you're promising, and you one of the big talents that are coming out from the gym right now. And when I heard that gave me a sense of pride, seeing that you're a young Zanzibari boy, you know, and it just gives us an identity, you know, like we don't have many things outside of Zanzibar that we can say, you know what, this is our own. We do have, what's his name, that guy, Hassan Marquinhos, is it Hassan Marquinhos?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I should maybe I should Google him, but he fought Liam Smith. Let me see. Is it Hassan Marquinhos? And he's from Tanga. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He boxes.
Yeah, he's a boxer. Let me just get his name.
Jomba Muktai's putting Zanzibar on the map, bro. That's it. That's it.
Jomba. Yeah. His name is Hassan Marquinhos. Yeah. He had the fight with Liam Smith. Then Liam Smith. Who did Liam Smith just fight? It was Chris Eubank Jr. And he lost that fight. But I was so angry at Hassan Marquinhos because I kind of felt like he threw the fight. You know, he was a guy who came from Tanzania, got us excited, and apparently his toe was broken or his shoe was too tight. Rude boy, what are you talking about? Man's fight with a broken arm, bro. People fight you. He's done so much. He fought in Russia. He's done all of this for Sky Sports to give him a contract, or whoever's giving him a contract. We're proud of ourselves. You know, we have someone from Tanzania. You're in the main stage. His next fight would have been maybe a title fight. And then he said and I might be wrong, his shoe was too tight. If I was his trainer, I was like, Yomba, Leo bought a fake for in the fight. I don't know if they told him to throw or anything, and this is a speculation now, of course, I'm not saying anything that's factual here, but man just went on his knees twice. And you know how I'm sure the ref told you, if you go on your knees, he'll give you a warning, he'll count you down. If you do it more than once, he'll cancel the fight and stuff like that. So I was gonna ask you like your inspirations. I don't know if Hassan is one of them, but who inspires you right now? Let's say in the boxing game. Anthony Joshua or
Nah.
Tyson Fury.
Probably
Canelo.
Just go back to the old legends, bro. Muhammad Ali, Tyson,
Muhammad Ali,
just
They're the best.
But he fights more like who's that guy from Kazakhstan? The fighter from Kazakhstan.
Bilov or something.
No, I might be wrong.
The guy who beat Canelo Alvarez.
No.
Okay.
He's from Russia, but he might be from Kazakh. What's this guy? Golovkin.
Golovkin, yeah, Triple G.
Yeah, Gennady Golovkin. You know him?
Yeah.
I think you strike like him. When I saw your highlights, your reel that Zayn did for you, I saw the way you train, man. You fight like the style bender, bro. It's exciting, mashallah. It's like you got this natural flair. I thought you was going to do MMA, you know? And how old do you have to be to do MMA, you think? Like UFC and stuff? 18?
18, yeah. But, you know, remember, Side Bender, he's a cocky guy, Myomba, you know?
Yeah.
My bro here is humble. He's going in, Habib style, you know, get the job done and that's it.
La ilaha, you know? Like put the finger up. Anyways, let's talk about our sponsor a little bit. Now, we're sponsored by the MDAC Seamos gel. It's not here, but I'll put the graphics up later because the only pot that I had, I started eating it, and this is why I didn't bring it. It was so good. Now
we got it right there, Myomba, on the screen.
No. So, that's our podcast. Yeah. Oh, you're saying when I edit it. Yeah. We'll put it somewhere there. You'll see it. Sorry, but just to talk a little bit about it, and I'm not going to talk about the nutritional benefits and stuff like that. It's there if you go on TikTok. We've got a lot of videos on it and stuff, and Dr. Sebi and real Seamos and fake Seamos. What I want to talk about is the product itself. The product is from Zanzibar. Now, growing up, I always wanted to have a product in Europe from Zanzibar, you know, something that we say this is ours. And MDAC Seamos gel is the first commercially sold product outside of Africa from Zanzibar, and this is an accomplishment in itself. I don't think Ahmed, who we had last time, can comprehend the type of accomplishment that he's had, but I can surely appreciate it that we have a product in Europe and hopefully in America and all over the world that we can say, you know what, this is from the island of Zanzibar, it's from a Zanzibari, and you have this circular economy where he's helping the people there in Zanzibar, and especially my village, Makunduchi, you know, shout out to Makunduchi, yeah. So the Seamos comes from there, and hopefully, you know, the journey is long, and you can get the Seamos from mdax.com, TikTok Shop, and Amazon. Let's go back to stay active.
Joma, just before you
Go
go, I
ahead.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
it's been pretty organic, you know. First and second podcast, we got Seamos, and then we got Stay Active
yeah.
and Martial Arts.
Yeah,
Martial
yeah.
Going
arts,
for
so-
a fitness one.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I'm obese and my Yomba here doesn't have the best BMI, but somehow our podcasts are going on health products and things like that. It shows you that we're gearing up for something, innit? We're probably going to do our transition and not transition to a different sex. We're transitioning to, as I said,
Different size.
yeah,
That's
to a
it.
different size, different waist size.
Something more halal, because you know, by religion as well, you know,
Yeah.
we need to mention. That's why we have to respect these guys, you know, like Omar and our brother, because even by religion, staying fit,
Yeah.
staying active, just like my brother, you know, and keeping in shape, you know, it's sunnah, is something we all need to do.
Yeah.
So, Yamba, we are lacking a little
We
bit on
are,
this.
One of
Yeah.
our biggest motivations itself.
That's it.
I should have said that before, innit?
Yeah.
But that's a big one, though.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
are
you just said,
slacking.
that's a big one.
The thing is, like the Western world right now is saying how your body's a temple, your body's a temple. Our religion has told us this, you know, thousands of years ago, how to protect our bodies, how to be healthy. Only now you see people are talking about products that our Prophet ﷺ has spoken about, like black seed oil. You know, they've only now trying to sell black seed oil when we were told this thousands of years ago that it's good for us. It brings the equilibrium back to our bodies. And the early days of physicians, they've always said like your body needs to be a balance. It needs to be an equilibrium. You need to have the water needs to be balanced. Blood needs to be balanced. Food needs to be balanced. Our Prophet ﷺ has told us you have to eat the third of your stomach.
Yeah.
You know, thousands of years ago, and now it's only coming back. You know, as Islam is the truest religion and the way of life, you can just see it naturally. You can't really escape it. You know, one way or another, if you go to a doctor, even if they're not Muslim, they're going to give you advice that already exists in the Quran. You know, is it something that you think about in your like personal training and things like that, in your diet?
So, yeah, literally. When I first like started reading more about what the Sunnah and the Quran says about health and fitness, and that was like 4 years ago though, I was a bit shocked. I was like, oh, so I'm trying to learn about like fasting and intermittent fasting and other things that Islam's already telling us to do, bro.
Yeah,
it's like
subhanAllah.
just sitting down and eating, slowly chewing your food. They're all sunnahs of eating, and if you
Yeah.
follow the sunnahs of eating, you probably control your food a lot more. You don't even realize, like sitting down and eating, using your hands, using 3 fingers. Like the difference is this makes obviously showing gratitude, saying Bismillah before we eat. These things make such a difference as well, man. And we like usually we just go out, we take a picture of our food, we just eat it. Not thinking.
We overindulge in it.
Yeah, and I'm just as bad. I do it myself all the time, and I know you might not think that, but I do. I do it quite a
No,
lot.
I know you like your desserts, bro.
Yeah, I like my dessert.
The thing is, if I may touch on something a little bit, and you're gonna see this constant theme of me talking about Africans, but this is my identity. I can only refer back to what I know. Migrating to this country and looking at our way of life, and this is for many people who've migrated here and people who are originally from, let's say, a third world country or a place where food is not easily accessible as it is here, where you can overindulge. Now, in Africa, when food comes, you have to finish your plate, because people don't have the luxury of going to a restaurant every single day and having burgers and stuff like that. Even for an older, like let's say like Arabs, like Omanis, it's kind of frowned upon to eat burger. What are you eating burger? Like burger's supposed to be a bad thing. You almost think it's like a drug that's about to be banned. Now they're accepting it, like in Oman and stuff like that. So people eat burgers. When I used to live in the Middle East, people eat burgers. It's like they kind of have to hide a little bit. It's like they're going to drink alcohol. So growing up here, I was born in Zanzibar, but growing up, I myself kind of overindulged in fast food. Because it was accessible and it was cheap, and your parents are not going to say, no, don't eat. Your parents are always going to say, especially my mum, eat as much as you can, because she came from Africa. Food wasn't so accessible, Food, the market was there, but it was a set time where you had breakfast and then lunch and then dinner. Now you can get food at any time, and I think this is the problem.
The biggest is obviously off your phone.
Yeah.
We could order food right now here.
Wow,
Easy.
imagine.
And we could just sit here and eat it, obviously, through Uber and Deliveroo.
This is why you have bellies like this with 40% BMI and stuff.
We're
and stuff
sitting
like
down
that.
more. We're eating from the desk. We're literally living on our sofas, innit?
Yeah.
Not like our ancestors, bro. We're actually going out fishing.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to Zanzibar, let's go back to Zanzibar. And I've been there twice, and I've seen healthy, fit people, and they're looking older people, looking in amazing shape. You won't even guess their age, and you'll be looking at yourself like, what the hell? Why am I looking like this? Why is he looking like that? But they're going out and grafting every day. You get it? They're walking out, they're going swimming, they're doing everything that they need to get their food for the day as well.
Did you see some Yombas there?
Yeah.
How was your trip? Let's talk about your trip.
Yeah,
to
but
Zanzibar.
I think Zanzibar is one way to escape this matrix. You know, this life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, let's shout out. let's just shout out. Innit? It's a podcast in itself. If it ever happens, let's shout out Explore Zanzibar. You know, I've always been as I say again, a flag bearer of Zanzibar, and Alhamdulillah, Explore Zanzibar now has put Zanzibar as a tourism industry on the market. It's kind of projected it, let's say. Zanzibar has always been a tourism destination, but I think now with Explore Zanzibar, especially because one of the partners is based here in Leicester, it's just become more accessible. It's widened its demographics. The marketing that's behind it, it just makes me proud. Just like seeing Mtar makes me proud, the Seamos from Zanzibar makes me proud. So now I have a reference point where if I'm talking about Zanzibar, we go straight to Explore Zanzibar. So shout out to Explore Zanzibar. So how was your trip, man? You was there, Zayn, Gaff,
Amazing.
Abui, our boys.
Crazy.
How was it when you just landed? Like it was like exotic.
Let's
So
just
what
put
was
it
your
this way,
feeling?
when we came back, we were all depressed.
Yeah.
It was bad. Bro, the blues were bad. They were bad.
Yeah. That's the worst thing. I'm telling Yomba here, I'm going to take
Zanzibar
him.
was the most beautiful place I've been to.
Subhanallah.
I've not been to many places that
Yeah.
are beautiful, and like I have, alhamdulillah, but not like that at all.
Yeah.
Not Zanzibar. Zanzibar's a beautiful island, man.
When they ask you the worst thing about Zanzibar, I always say is leaving it.
Yeah, 100%.
Leaving Zanzibar. How was that though? The camaraderie, you guys, the boys, staying on the beach in Kendo and stuff like that.
Good, man. That was an experience as well, man.
Yeah.
It was really good. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
When we booked it, I've obviously never seen anything. I didn't look online or anything at all. I just like, I will book it. I was a bit younger then. But as soon as we landed, we're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this water. And you're going, bro, it's crazy. The water's crystal clear. It's blue. The sandy beaches are all white. And
How's the
it's
monkeys? Did you go get attacked by the monkeys?
No,
Did they slap you or anything?
That's why I didn't have a bad experience. Don't tell anyone about that, man.
Yeah. What about the fruits, man?
Oh yes, fresh fruit every day. That was it, rambutan.
Yeah, rambutan, shoki.
Shoki.
You know shoki Mukta?
You can get it from your supermarket.
Yeah, yours. We have to shout out yours as well, man. But they're not paying us. We're shouting out all these people. They ain't sponsoring the podcast. Now it's all about MDAX, So you've had it's like little red furry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
White.
It's like a lychee
Right
almost.
inside.
Yeah, white inside. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If we want to join your gym, what's the process like? Can someone join your gym?
Yeah.
Someone old like me can join your gym and
You have to spar him first.
Get punched. get punched up first.
No, you have to get punched in the face. Remember?
Yeah.
It goes back to getting punched in the face.
Yeah. It's the initiation process. After you sign the paper, all right, let's see the face. Let's punch you first.
Enter reality.
So can anyone join your gym?
Yeah, everyone. It's accessible to everyone.
Where is it? Where is the gym?
Near Spinney Hill.
Near Spinney Hills. Ah, okay. Is it only boxing that they do there, or is it MMA now? Of course, they do everything, right?
Boxing, man.
Oh, so you've changed your gym recently, or was it always boxing there? You must have changed recently then, innit?
Yeah, I changed gyms.
Yeah. You think this is where you're gonna go, just boxing? Are you ever gonna go back to MMA? Because I kind of wanted to see you in MMA, man.
A lot of people told me that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'll go back.
MMA, I think you probably make more money in boxing, but MMA is more of an exciting to look at. It's more of an entertaining because it's well round. There's ground, there's grappling, there's striking, there's kicks, knees. I always felt like boxing was a handicap in street life. When you fight in the streets, it's never the same, because someone can hug you and put you on the floor and stuff like that. Doesn't that entice you a little bit, like, becoming more well-rounded type of fighter?
I still have the skills to become
Yeah.
an MMA fighter.
So it's still on the table, let's say, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone puts it on the table, I think this Hassan guy, Hassan Makwinyo, if I'm saying his name correctly, he's starting his own kind of boxing federation or something like that, league in Tanzania. Which is weird because he came all the way to Europe and threw the fight, you know, didn't even get knocked out. So when
It's confirmed, yeah.
I don't know, but like I'm not gonna lie, man, it frustrated me to the core. How you gonna throw the fight, man? You know, like how you gonna go on your knee because your shoes are tight? What's that about? Yeah. And I'm sure in his life, he's been through, and I don't want to make this podcast about him. He's been through worse situations to get where he was. For him to be on the biggest platform he's ever been, and he was a prime card or whatever. He was the main card fighting Liam Smith. For him to just go on his knees, that was just like, oh man, what have you done to your people? You know. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'd like to thank Stay Active Aki Omar, Mtar. My boy Mjomba.
I say
Mjomba. Now, we didn't have a brand. I don't know if I said this in the beginning. I can't remember now. We didn't have a brand. We didn't have a name. Sema Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The first episode is there. Watch out for this episode. Also, we have this brand here I pointed out before. We have the same one on different colors, so I'm going to ask the public if they like this one. And there's also another alternative one of Sema Podcast. Any last words, guys? Say anything?
Very diverse, yeah?
Yeah.
The colors.
The colors, yeah.
I think this has been a very beneficial, podcast.
It's been good.
Inshallah.
We're going to do this again.
Yeah, inshallah, bismillah. I think going now, we should count to 3 again and then just go out with the same name jumba, yeah? 3, 2, 1. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum.